This episode of the Long Run Podcast is sponsored by Skechers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the madhouse that is 40 Runs and our weekly live streaming podcast, The Long Run Show, brought to you by our friends from Skechers. Get over to skechers.co.uk right now, and I'll leave you for 2 seconds while you do that. No, we better carry on. Type of tell me off. How is everybody? We've got a great team of guests. I'll come on to them in just a second. We are recording this live, okay? So, first reminder, get in the chat section, the comment section, whether you're watching this on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, whatever it is, get into the comment section and join in with the show. If you've got a question about, I don't know, running, maybe just as an idea because it's a running podcast, or you want to got a coaching question, or you want to ask Sue something, or you want to ask Spico something, or maybe you want to chat to Ben about anything really, about his new car, whatever it is. So let us know in the comment section. We will cut. No, Toby, you're not allowed to. I'm in full flow. You can answer it in a minute. Mind you did put your hand up. Yeah, go on in.
How many miles does the car do?
No, we'll come on to that, Toby. Right, so, yes, good evening, everybody. I've also got to give a shout out to the guys at Start Fitness. Thanks to them. You can get a code, 40 Runs. You can get 10% off everything. You're welcome, everybody. Next bit of admin. I'm crushing through the admin before we get into the intros. We've got the Great North Run Shakeout. If you've not signed up for that... do it now. And also, last sort of reminder, for Pride Park Run, can you just go on the website, 40runs.com, and let us know you're coming to that. It's purely out of courtesy, so we can let the run director know. And if you want to volunteer, we need some volunteers. We've got a few already, but can you also sign up for that? And also the Olympics. We're not allowed called the Olympics. It's the Summer Games, but it's kind of based on the Olympics. That's in July. We've hired out a racetrack, running track thing. You can welcome to come along to that. Right, so I think that's it. Just for just purely for everybody's wisdom and knowledge, I know this is not going to help anybody listen to the podcast, but I'm not drinking wee if anybody thinks that I am drinking wee. Okay, this is an electrolyte tablet. Yeah, so we're drinking electrolytes, not wee. I'm holding up a glass of what looks like wee. Although my wee is probably that colour because I've not drunk enough today. Anyway, we've got a crack team of nutcases on tonight for the biggest running podcast in the world. We've got Speedgoat is back for his fans, who has been doing some running, by the way. I have witnessed him doing some running. So you can ask him in the questions and comment section if you want to know about his running. He's also got a new top coming, which should be available on the store soon. But we're not allowed to talk about that until it comes out. Ben's here. Hello, Ben. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, thank you.
He's is that your pelotons? Oh, no, we'll come on to that in a second. And we've got she is. Stand up, Sue. Is finally in the house.
Hi.
We've got Sue Flynn, aka Stand Up Sue. She is one of our almost OGs. She also, apart from being an absolutely awesome human being, runs our London satellite group. We'll come on to that as well in just a bit. So tonight, eventually, we are going to be talking about running happy, the benefits of running, but not the usual benefits of running. And the reason we're talking about it is because next week is Global Running Day on Wednesday. Okay, it's going to be a big movement, lots of stuff going on. So we wanted to look at running as a whole. Okay, good things, bad things. And I think it'll be an interesting discussion. We'll tap into Sue's journey and what Sue does, but also into that satellite and a run group, more importantly, and how the stories and the impacts that running has had on people that come to those, because there's some fascinating stuff that goes on there. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, did everybody see this week? We had some new big satellite groups start. We've got Ashford, Hull, Catford, and Collar. We was in the papers this week. They're like huge. They're like millions of them, isn't it? It's just mad. It's it's crazy. We've also got some other big ones coming, by the way, which I can't tell you, and we've got some big announcements coming. soon as well. I think that's it. Right. So, Sue, how are you? You looked a bit nervous when I jumped on.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm calmed down now.
Okay, that's good. Just relax. If I fall asleep, that's because I've just eaten my body weight in carbohydrates downstairs. We went to Nonna's Kitchen. They can sponsor the pod if they want to. Going forward. Ben, can you just let the viewers know, is that a Peloton behind you? Is that your actual bike?
No, that's a Peloton, aka clothes rail behind me.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like it's been used much.
I mean, it's resting right now.
Resting. I have got some good news for you, Sue.
Yes.
Good news now or later?
Oh, give it to me now.
You've got 2 games to play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've got world famous now. True or false, false or true. You've got that, and you've got the lightning round to come your way.
Oh.
Okay. So
Race
Have we got an intro for the true or false, false or true?
don't get ahead of yourself, boy. Right. So again, last shout. Someone's just asking, by the way, in the comments, where can I pre-order a Speed Goat T-shirt? There is already a Speed Goat T-shirt on the store that I wore at the National Running Show. You can get that now. It's brilliant. But there is a new one coming out that we're trialing. Or new attire, should we call it, Toe? Yeah, look, he's nodding. He's
A version of.
Yeah, it's a new version of it. Now, you three Herberts, you all did some like Viking stuff at the weekend, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was it, Ben? Oh, look, Sue's got a medal. How was it? We'll start with Ben. How was it? Oh, you don't always show your medals.
Have you got yours, Toby?
I don't know where it is.
Because he doesn't care like me. Ben,
know
how
too
did you
well.
find it? And then we'll ask Sue.
I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. I think all my practice rides. I was listening to the pod last week, and you'd said that I'd stopped for cake. I thought you were going to say that I'd fallen off, because I pretty much did fall off every ride that I did.
Oh.
I'm not very good. But I got round in one piece, just under 7 hours. It was good. Tough though. I'd rather run the marathon than ride 100 miles.
Yeah, that's what Hayden said. Sue, how did you find it?
I loved it. I
Really?
think I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I enjoyed it more than last year.
Right.
I think I was a bit more confident. Except the second half, poor Casey, who I rode with, Katie Hedges, nearly got taken out by somebody.
Was it
while she was
Hayden?
riding. Yeah, no, it wasn't Hayden. He was
Oh.
too far ahead of us. So, but yeah, so we had to help her through the second half, and apparently 2 people got taken out by deers.
Yeah, one of them was Toby's brother.
He's got form.
It's true. It's true, isn't it, Tobe?
If you say so, but he wasn't,
not heard the
he
story
wasn't
about when-
riding, but you know.
Have you not heard the story about when he hit a horse? That's
You
true,
came
isn't
to
it,
the
Tobe?
rescue.
He did hit a horse last year, yeah.
Yeah.
But you were
see?
meant to be supervising.
Yeah, I was in charge. I was team captain. I was just writing something down. You just reminded me. So sorry, I was distracted. Okay, right. And now you've all signed up for Tobe,
I ain't signed up for anything.
Ben.
We've signed up for Swim Serpentine in September. So, God, that's going to be a great 40 turnout. There's loads of us getting our classics, right?
What
So,
I feel's bad is that there's going to be so many people from 40 runs who are going to be ill afterwards. So you're just going to wipe out half of the 40 runs population, because you're all going to get what's that rats thing? Do you get in that water, that dirty water you got to get in?
but you're going to be in it in a pink canoe, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be a lifeguard. If anybody's worried about their safety for the Swim the Serpentine, I am going to be a lifeguard in a pink canoe, going around motivating you all. Tobe, do you want to get? We could get a 2-man, Tobe.
No, I wouldn't trust you.
I could have my megaphone and you could do the steering.
I'm going nowhere near water. I'll just drown.
Yeah,
There's
that is
literally no point.
Tobe can't swim, everybody. So yes, so that's it. So Swim Serpentine. How much training are you going to do for that, Sue?
A little bit. I've got a few friends who are swimming teachers, because I've never swum probably more than 50 meters in my life, even though I'm from Australia and we swim a lot over there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably the one out of the 3 I'm dreading the most.
Why?
Not just because I don't want to drown. So
Well, there is that, isn't there?
yeah, it's say no more. I just don't want to
I don't know,
drown.
she's scared. She's scared. For anybody who's has no idea what we're talking about, this is part of the London Classics. We did a great episode the other week with Sue, another Sue, about this. And you've got to basically do the marathon, London Marathon. You can do that biking thing that I would not recommend anybody do. And then you've got to do this thing where you've got to do some swimming in Ratswee. And then once you do that, you then get this big medal, which does look awesome, to be fair. And it's called the London Classics Medal. So that's what these guys are all going for now. That's right, Nick?
Correct.
Correct. See, I was right about that. Okay, right, people. So moving forward. Firstly, let's have a look in the chat comments. So, evening team, evening everybody. What's the new car, Ben? He's got an Aston Martin. Stand up, Sue. Just joined the global run crew on Strava last week and really enjoying it. Yeah, if you don't know what the global run crew is, we've got like a virtual group. So like solo runners or people across the world can be part of 40 runs in terms of the running element. And they all go out on a Monday and Wednesday. I'd really recommend you get it. Again, it's totally free. Everyone's welcome to it. Yes, you can order a T-shirt. Hackney half prices. We spoke about this the other week, didn't we? We did a thing on price. It's funny because Emma turned up to Broxbourne on Wednesday, and I said, "Oh, it's just £72 T-shirt." But admin, listen to this. Admin's got a deferral, so she's going to be there. She paid £42, so she's going to be there on the cheap next time. But it's interesting. I was talking to somebody yesterday. Made reference to the fact of, and I think this is probably the biggest thing that actually, when we stop and think about it, is the Hackney Marathon. But most of the people in Hackney probably can't afford to do that. And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that whole area, there's probably a lot of people who can't afford to pay 72 quid. Hopefully, the organisers go, you know what, like they do with Vitality, is like, I don't know, 10,000 or 5,000 free entries for the community. Just putting it out there. Just an idea. Because it was a good point, I think, that person made. What do you think, so?
Yeah, I think it's more expensive than GNR. It's more expensive than as you do in London. I just think it's ridiculous. Honestly, I will not pay that amount of money to do a half marathon. So even though technically it's in London, but there's better races to do, not to pay 72 quid. And it's got to be accessible, right? And and at that price, it's not accessible. So
yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah, you get that generation, post-COVID generation that I think we're all aware of. The stuff they wear and things they do, and go to those sort of run clubs. They're all buying up the tickets, which is great because they've got money to throw around. A caveat to all this, I did say the other week when we discussed this is pot kettle for me. I get free entries to stuff, right? So I'm only saying it purely on the point that was made to me yesterday. I just wish, and I hope, because the organisers are good people, right? So I hope that there's some free entries or something for the community. I think that would be a great thing to see.
Big Half give out a load of,
if
you live within the boroughs it goes through, and they give out real discounted tickets.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping to see. That'd be pretty awesome. So that's where I'm at on that. But again, I'm pot kettle because I get all free entries to all stuff. This is a good question, and it's a trainer question, so I'm going to bat it out because I can answer it. Evening all, with Berlin Marathon training block coming round, because I'm going to come on to this in a second. Was hoping to get hands on the Metaspeed Sky Paris. Any idea? I've just getting another pair sent to me. So I'm guessing that the stock's coming. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting a pair. So, I'm guessing that they're coming, is my view. I know there's a new colorway coming in June, I think, or July. But I'm pretty sure that all the retailers are 1st of June. They basically do, there's sort of two launches that you got the start of the year, and then you've got basically the June launches. You'll see a lot of new stuff coming and a lot of stock returns. And that's how they tend to work through the year. Most retailers, it's like the busiest time of the year for them, other than like Black Friday and Christmas. So that's that. Now, interestingly, that brings me on because we have got Berlin training about to start, haven't we, Ben?
We have indeed, yes.
And do you feel ready now you've done your biking thing?
Yeah, it was kind of finish Manchester, get on the bike, which I did a couple of times, get that out of the way, and focus on running.
Aren't you going out and getting hammered before you start?
Yeah, I've got a wedding in Poland.
When's that?
Well, that's at the end of week 1, but so we won't count that. But yes, I'm So hopefully, no falling off tables, stools, anything like that.
Every day runner. So, what have you got coming up in the autumn out of interest? We will come on to
Chicago. I'm doing Chicago.
Ben, you're out there as well, aren't you?
Very,
I am indeed. Yes.
I've listened to this, by
I'm
the way.
very-
So I know you love Chicago. You fly out there just for the 5K. The other day I got invited to go into another ballot. I got invited to this ballot because on Abbott's. You know, Ben, you told me to sign up for Abbott's that I hadn't.
Yeah.
Well, I got invited into this extra Chicago ballot. Imagine if I got it. That'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? I need to get some more diazepam though to make the flight. But yeah, I was. I'm now in another ballot, so potentially I could be there. How about that?
So it's everything you've dreamed for.
Yes.
So have you run Chicago before?
No. I'm very excited. I qualified for it, which I never ever thought I would ever qualify for. Like, you know, their age. I'm very thankful. They're a bit more generous than the other.
Oh,
Wages.
we're losing Sue.
But
Toad,
yeah.
can you sort Sue's
Oh.
Can you sort her Wi-Fi out, Toad? Fix Sue's internet, please, because
Yeah,
I
I'll
missed
just-
half of that.
I'll give him a call. But I think she's saying you got good for age
Yeah.
to get into Chicago.
Ah.
I think it's pretty impressive.
It is.
Right. Okay. I'm just saying it. So I keep right. This is the problem when you have ADHD, right? When you're talking about stuff and I'm thinking about something else and writing lists. I've just added something else to my list. So Sue, actually, out of interest, let's stay on that. So, in terms of so good for age and things like that. So, where are you in your running journey? How long ago did you start running?
I started running back in 2018. I signed up for London Marathon ballot because my friend's husband signed her up for the ballot, and I thought, I can do that. Of course, I didn't get in, but then a friend of mine got a charity place for Brighton, so Brighton Marathon was up for.
Ah, okay. And did you do like catch the 5K sort of thing?
No, I just dove straight into a marathon training plan.
Blimey. Okay. And how did you find that first marathon?
I didn't know what I was doing. I think I downloaded a Macmillan training plan, I think. And
Okay, so from the charity,
what I
yeah.
didn't know is from the charity. I mean, I had a charity, I was running for a local charity, but I didn't know what all the different runs were. So I probably just ran easy the whole time. So all of my runs seemed to be around the same pace. So I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't part of any, running club or anything like that. I basically did it all on my own. So that was quite interesting.
So, but you got, but you got round, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I got round. I think I did that one in 4:47. I think I just didn't want to get caught by the sleeper. So,
I mean, were you really worried about that?
No. Once I got training, actually, I realised I was going to be so.
Yeah, I was going to say because that time is nowhere.
I just took it a day at a time, really. Every run.
And then, so if you went from there to obviously all the way through it, you got addicted like all of us, and now you've just gone qualifying time for Chicago. Oh, have we lost her, Toe?
Yeah.
Oh, she's back. She's back.
Through my Manchester run. Oh, sorry.
Last year. Okay. What did you think? What did you think of Manchester?
I really liked it. I liked the course. It's quite hilly in the second half, going over all the tram lines, but actually liked it as a race. And I think I ran with the 4-hour pacer for most of it, until about 16 miles when John Hillier caught me up, and we ran the last, the last 5-7 miles together. So, and we got each other through, so which is good.
Perfect. So there we go. Now, again, did you? So you knew John because he comes to your satellite group. So you run this London satellite group, correct? Let's do a bit of advertising for that. When is that?
On a Wednesday, 6:15 on Wednesday.
Okay. And it's for all abilities. And where do you meet and stuff like that?
So we meet we meet outside my work, which is PwC offices, just by Embankment Station in Villiers Street. So just opposite Gordon's Wine Bar.
Which is world famous.
So we do, yes, loads of people like everyone's always queuing up for the wine bar when we set off. But we have so many fantastic routes to run. So we can run down to Buck Powell, or we run on the Thames, or we run to past Westminster, Westminster Abbey. We've got so many. We run through St James's Park, or past the Ritz, or loads of places. So it's just it's iconic places that we run, and we've got a really great, lovely group of people that run in London. Really lovely group of people. So, and it's just a lovely. Most weeks we just do a nice social run, 5k, 6k. So it's we have people coming along quite a lot. We get people who are coming and they're coming down for the day, or they're working in London for the week, and they'll come along and visit us. And we love it. We love it when we have everyone comes along. So yeah, the more the merrier.
More the merrier. And the I forgot what I was going to say. I actually went on just to think about something else then. This is the problem, right? When you're not running, you don't function properly. We'll come on to that in a bit. That was what I was going to say to you. Volunteering, because you do a lot of volunteering.
Yeah. So
what does that mean to you?
I think it's great because it's another way of getting to know all of the other 4Ds. So I volunteered at London Marathon. I volunteered at the Royal Parks last year. We did the triathlon last year, which was great. So every time you go and volunteer an event, you meet a different group of people, and you have time to chat to them as well. Obviously, you're doing your job while you're there, but you get to know some people that you probably wouldn't always necessarily see at the beginning of a race, because maybe you're in a different wave to them or something like that. But I think it's a great thing to give back to. And it gives you the opportunity to get sort of races for free, or get different things for free. So like Hackney, for instance, as we were talking before, it's a great way to get into Hackney is to volunteer at some of the, is it Limelight that runs Hackney?
No, it's just changed hands. They went bust, I think.
So I think whatever group, runs it, they do offer the volunteering in their sort of series of races that they sort of look after. So so it's another thing, but it is like volunteering is amazing. So I thoroughly recommend it to others. If you're not racing, or if you're on the injury bench as well, that's, I did it at Vitality when I was injured. That was the very first one that we did. I was injured for quite a long time. I think that was back in 2019. I think that was, and we had about 40 volunteers on the finish line, and it was a great day, really great day. So I thoroughly recommend it to anybody.
It's interesting you talk about that with being injured. This is going to sound awful, because I love all the volunteers, and I mean, you know how much I love you, when I get excited when I see you all. But when I got injured, I actually genuinely thought about volunteering, but I thought I don't think I could put myself through it. I think I'd be even more miserable than I already was. No, it's a serious point. I actually think that it would have sent me the other way. It is a really good point about if you are on the injury bench, but from a personal point of view, just to share, it's just I don't think I could have done it. I think I would have been murdered to be around. I mean, I'm murdered on the best of days. Ben, why are you laughing, Ben?
Because that's an understatement, isn't it?
Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying, Ben?
I do, but I think to Sue's point, and this is where the kind of almost difference will probably come into in terms of that element of us as everyday, is we're in it. It's the social element as well, right? So I love to do races because and go to the pub afterwards, and not just because I like a drink, but it's to, to go and see and chat to people. And I came out with the London crew on Wednesday night. We were at Battersea, which was great to kind of see everyone. I hadn't seen people for quite a while. And I think that's the thing, is it's I think there's a risk of, if you're out injured, it might kind of almost be rubbing salt in the wound. But on the flip side, it might also, if you're that sociable person, it gives you that social interaction as well.
Yeah, I suppose because I'm not a social person, that's probably why.
And the FOMO disappears. The FOMO does disappear. You had the FOMO to start with, but actually once you're there, it's a bit like being at the cheer squad. You want to run, but actually when you're there, it almost fills that space. So actually I wouldn't, sometimes you want to be running, but actually it's the next best thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. I see what you guys do, like, it's unbelievable. Like, it genuinely is one of the highlights of the race. Knowing you guys are out there and getting to you, it is really genuinely, especially when you guys are on medals. Apart from the London Marathon, where I've loved the last couple of years, where I've been able to talk to Al and Mel and all the guys and girls on the buses over Blackheath. But in general, having you guys at the finish on T-shirts is a great one, because we're full of adrenaline. And it's always a good one. But I don't know. I just couldn't do it. But I would recommend anybody else do it. But
yeah, you should have seen on Sunday. I think what was amusing, Sue, wasn't it? Was we all knew that Mel was on medal duty, so we'd finished. Obviously, hopped off the bike and we're wheeling it through. For some of us who aren't that used to being on a bike, we're slightly wobbly. Someone came up to give a medal, and I know for sure I was like, "No, I'm really sorry, Mel." Like, literally, pushed about 3 people out the way because I was like, "Mel's giving me my medal." And
I like it.
Tracy did the same. Like
that guy at the front. That guy in the front. He was like, "Oh, all right then." Ooh. It's like, yeah, my friend's over there. My friend's giving me my medal. Thank you very much. So yeah, he was not happy.
Tobe, you're very quiet. What's your thoughts on volunteering? Because I'd like to see you do some, even though I've just said that I'm not on the roster because I'm a miserable so-and-so.
What should I volunteer at? What do you reckon?
Well, because you're not doing any running in the autumn.
I am doing running. You just said that I've been doing running.
No, but you're not doing any running in the autumn. So I'm just thinking,
Who knows?
Tobe, I've had a brilliant idea.
Well, that took a while.
Why don't you fly to Chicago and volunteer in Chicago? Because last year you flew there to do the 5K. Why don't you fly there, volunteer, and then fly back and then do Manchester half with me?
Are you paying?
No, we'll get someone to pay. But I think it's a brilliant idea.
I'll pay with your Amex. You could volunteer at Swim Serpentine, Tobe. Not in the water, obviously.
Can I get a stick and push you? Poke you.
Tobe, I think you should volunteer. I think because you're such a happy-go-lucky person, people will be absolutely blown away when they come up to you to get their medal and you go, "There you go." I think it'd be brilliant.
Moving.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Right, moving on. So
yes,
I'm gonna bring the boys into this one because we are now going to play what has become a cult hit. This has gone viral, right? I'm not joking. In Indonesia, right? This is huge. On the island of Java, this is the most popular thing. Okay. Guess who's been watching Race to the World or whatever it's called. Right, now, for all you eagle-eyed viewers, are you ready for this? Tobe, are you ready?
Yeah, are you doing?
True or false? False or true? True or false? False or true?
Be fair, that's brilliant, isn't it?
That was amazing.
Tobe, how would you rate that out of 10 out of our intros?
I mean, out of the lot we got, that's pretty good.
So, how did you like that? I've done that special for you.
Oh, well, I think it's okay.
Refusing to vote, is that bad?
I asked her to come on. She starts hammering 2-footed on my intros that took me 3 minutes to do.
Do you know what is missing?
What?
A little picture, like a little thing of Hayden in the corner, doing something.
No, you can't be. Look, he's not here. We can't hammer him. It's just because he's not here. We can't take advantage of that. Okay, right. So, Sue, how this works, okay? Boys, we'll play along. is you have to answer, and these are genuine running myths. These aren't something that I've made up. This is what's been made up by ChatGPT. You have to answer true or false. You can't answer with an answer. It has to be true or false, false or true. You got it? And it has to be quick. Type has to be quick. You look like you're going to fall asleep. Ben's played before. Are you ready? Play along in the comments. Lactate and lactic acid are the same things. True or false, false or true? Lactate and lactic acid are the same things. It's meant to be a speed round, so.
False. I'm going to say false.
Okay, Ben?
I'm going false as well.
Toe?
False.
Correct. Well done. It is false. Okay. Next up. Hayden used stabilizers in Ride 100. True or false, false or true? Ben?
I mean, I overtook him, and I didn't see them on there, so I'm going to go. As much as I'd love it to be true, it's false.
False. So?
It's false.
Toe, you were there. Was he using stabilizers?
It's true.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Sorry, you're wrong. So it's true. Hayden was using stabilizers at the Ride 100. Remember, he's not here. We're not going to take advantage of that. Next, you should stretch before exercising. Toe, true or false, false or true?
True.
You should stretch before exercising. Sue?
True.
Ben?
With
Yeah, there's a caveat to that though.
Yeah, there's a caveat. That's the word I was thinking of.
Simple
Yeah.
question.
I'm going true with a caveat. True asterisk.
It's false, but what's your asterisk?
Well, it's not like you want to warm up. So
Yeah, to be fair, it
that's
doesn't
part
say
of
that. You've got to remember, this is AI, right? So be fair to it. Right, next one. Hayden is taller than Sue. Ben?
Oh,
False.
False. Toe?
False.
Sue, is Hayden taller than you?
he is.
He's not. That's just false. Don't make because again, because he's not here, you can't take advantage. So,
I'm
okay,
surprised
next
he's not
question.
here.
Running is bad for your knees. Sue, true or false, false or true?
False.
Ben?
False.
Tobe?
False.
That's the correct answer. It is false. Hayden has a booster seat in the ice cream van that he drives around Surrey. True or false, false or true, Toby?
True.
Ben?
Definitely true.
So?
I so want it to be true, so I'm going to say true.
No, it's false. It's a hot dog van. He drives a hot dog van. Remember, he does the meat.
Can he reach the pedals?
No, but he has got a booster seat in it. Okay. Nearly there, people. Cushion shoes or barefoot running prevent injuries. Toe, you wear a lot of shoes. True or false, false or true? He's wearing new shoes this week. Cushion shoes or barefoot running prevent injuries.
Depends on what your running style is, so. False.
True or false, Toe?
False.
False. Ben?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it's false with an asterisk.
What's your asterisk?
Well, again, it depends.
Oh, so.
Does it prevent them? Is it more than something else? I'm going false.
Toe,
No
turn him
asterisk.
off. So,
I'm going to say true. Because
Okay,
I
why?
wear cushion shoes because of I suffer from Morton's neuroma. I can't say it. Morton's neuroma, and recommended to wear cushion shoes to help with that. And since I've been wearing cushion shoes, it's not. So I'm going to say
for
true.
people who have a similar thing, what shoes were you recommended and what ones work for you?
Brooks Glycerins on the long runs, and I wear Pro 3s on race day.
Okay, there we go. So if you have a similar sort of thing, check those two shoes out. Penultimate question. Are you ready, Toby? Hayden has a spray tan before every marathon. True or false, false or true?
False.
Ben?
I think he has one every day, doesn't he? I'm going true.
No, it was before race day. So,
Oh, so false. I think he has one every day.
Sue?
Yeah, let's say true.
Well, he has one before every marathon.
Once a week.
Wants
No,
to look good. Wants to look good.
Tobe's right. He has it once a week. That's his missus told me. So he actually has a spray tan once a week. That's why he always looks so box fresh. And lastly, you have to run a certain pace to be a runner. True or false, false or true? Ben?
False.
So?
Absolutely false.
And Tobe?
false?
There we go. You passed, Sue.
True or false? False or true? True or false? False or true?
Be fair. I think that's brilliant. Okay, right. Moving on. And Sue, did you enjoy false or true, true or false? Michael Sandiford loved it.
I did.
But
Alf
he didn't-
Dickinson didn't. He said
But
it's the worst intro ever.
Don't listen to him. We're going to block him on YouTube. Right. Okay. So this week is Global Running Day. On Wednesday, the 5th, is Global Running Day. Now, I don't know whether you're into these, days that they celebrate, like random things like, I don't know, 2 Thursdays' time is like Toby's Day and whatever. They make stuff up just for marketing purposes. But in fairness, Global Running Day is actually a good thing, I believe. I think it puts the spotlight on running. And may encourage some people, maybe because they see it on social media, who, I don't know, they fell out of love with running. They never got back into it. For whatever reason, there's a barrier that's stopping them from coming back into it. And I think the marketing machines that go into work around that, I think actually on this aspect can have a positive output, right? Okay, because I think it can get some people back into running. I think that's the positive message I want to get out of it. And also it does tend to hopefully bring people together as well in terms of communities and things like that, which is what we're all about here at 40 Runs, being serious for 2 seconds. So I think it's an important point and a moment of time for us to talk about. I think the happiness that can become from running and also some of the side effects. I would say if you are part of the 40 Runs Club community, we are on Wednesday trying to run as many miles as we can. So if you can get along to a satellite, join the Global Run crew because they're all going to be doing this. There is a Strava event set up on the 40 Runs Club, which you can all join. And we're trying to log as many miles as we can on Global Running Day. You don't have to do it at a certain time. Just get out there, get running. You lost your mojo. Even if you can't run, but you're able to walk, start that Strava engine up, get it on there. We want the miles. Okay. So get involved. We want people to get involved. That's the important message of the day. So I think, just to delve into this a little bit for each of us in terms of the happiness of running or the happiness that it brings us, the benefits, the physical, mental benefits, I think are well documented. Right. But if I said to you, Ben, what is the joy of running to you? What do you think when I ask you that question?
So the joy of running for me is spending time with friends. So be that on a look at Tuesday night, we had a great time, and then same again on Wednesday night when, as I said, I'm out with the London crew, and I think seeing everyone's achievements and knowing their journey and just finding that out, but it's spending time with people and chatting as we run.
So,
yeah, running for me is it's the friendships that I've made. The other happiness that I get is from helping other runners achieve what they want to achieve. So on Wednesday night, I paced Holly and Laura. Laura was running. Holly wanted to do a sub 60 for the first time. So as much as she hated me for the last 3K, but actually she really wasn't happy with me at that time. But when we finished, I was so happy that she was able to reach that goal. And I get so much joy from doing that. And I've pasted a few events as well. You get so much joy from that because you're almost giving back is more rewarding than doing it for yourself.
Actually, go back to what you said about volunteering. Go back to what you were saying. It's
absolutely.
It's bang on, right? So, what about you, Tobe?
I think both the points I've made or the points I've made are very valid. But then also, for me, I just like getting out and just being by myself. Sometimes you're the
other way, aren't you? You're like me. That's why Tobe and I get on so well. Apart from the fact we're both geniuses, is that we're very similar in that respect in terms of wanting to be on our own.
I'm a genius. You're not quite there yet.
Paddock, yeah.
You're learning.
He's like Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker. I'm like Obi-Wan. No, it's the other way around. Anyway, carry on.
I finished anyway.
Oh, he's finished. No, I mate, you're right, Tom. I'm with you on that. It's that I'll make you laugh. I like the accessibility of it, right? And how easy it is to be able to go and do it. Like, you don't need to be a member of a gym. You don't need to have expensive trainers, right? You don't need to have running vests that cost £3,000. You don't need to be using CBD oil on your legs to make you go faster. You don't need all these things. It's just irrelevant nonsense. You can literally go out your front door, right? And even if you live in a block of flats, you can run up and down, and you can do it, yeah. And you can start, and you can get access to free apps that like NHS apps, and you can start running. And I think that's, for me, is the total. I mean, we bang on about it all day long about no barrier to entry, right? And that's really critical for me. In terms of knocking all that down. But I think the joy of running for me is the total accessibility of it. Like, you could be on holiday, right? It's all about accessibility, but on holiday, you could literally be at work, you can go for a run. You could be feeling like in a bad mood or whatever, and the train could get broken down, you can run home. It's just literally, you could do it whenever, wherever, and it can lift your mood. You can do, again, not talking about all those benefits that we know about. It's quite incredible, really. I'm not sure of any other sport or like that has that unlimited accessibility, Ben.
No, absolutely. I think that is a really good point, and it's something, that you might have had a really crap day, right, and just go, right, I just need, like, to Toby's point, there's times I'll go out and I need to go out by myself because it's just that headspace moment just to process stuff, and as you say, that accessibility, you don't need to, it's not about distance, it's not about time, it's just about being out there and being, having that moment. So yeah, I think the accessibility part is something that, and people will say, oh, I can't run, and it really upsets me when people say I can't run, because I'm like, what's this definition of run that you've got in your head? Because actually you can walk. We see it with loads of our runners and things, and I think it's just about taking those first couple of steps.
That's the thing. I think for me is literally when you take it back to the bare bones, there are no barriers to entry, and that's why I've tried as hard as I can to remove as many as around the running club element and that side of things, to remove all those barriers as we've gone along, because it's really important to show people that you can be part of running, or that that community, or whatever, or even if you don't want to be part of a community like Tobe and you just want to be your solo runner, you can still go out and do that. You don't have to pay anybody any money to go and do that. You can literally just go, right, I'm off out the door. Do you know what I mean? That's the pretty thing. All right. Well, so look, because going forward, right, at the moment, Wednesday, everyone, I just spoke about the marketing. I think everyone's going to get pretty pissed off with the amount of marketing that we're going to see, because running at the moment is one of the most fashionable things to do, right? I think the spotlight is on running at the moment. I think post-COVID, all those people that were of a certain age have come through that. They're now in their 20s. They got into running through COVID and in a good way, and they've carried that on, right? And then now they're realizing that you can do all these cool things like run around London together and all this sort of stuff. And there's the social aspect of it and all that sort of stuff. And the brands ain't stupid. Like, there's brands that have caught on to that and positioned themselves accordingly, right? And that's not a bad thing at all. But I think the spotlight's on it. But my question to you, Free, is at what point do you think that running for somebody, will become boring, tedious, not a fun thing to do? What happens in their running journey? I'm trying to be on both sides of run happy and not run happy. What happens in a runner's journey? And I'm not hoping that those people go this way, by the way, but what happens that people fall out of love and lose the joy of running? So,
I think it goes back to not every run has to be, or I maybe actually doing training plan after training plan after training plan, and just not going for those, just going out for a social run just because you can. I think if you're constantly in a training cycle, that could, you could fall out of love with running, because you're always thinking that it's about a time, it's about a goal, rather than actually I run because I can, or I want to run and be social with my friends. So I think that's a big thing.
Ben?
Yeah, 100% agree. I was going to say, I think the point at which you fall out of it is when you're constantly and you're competing with yourself for times and stuff. But if you constantly set that, right, I'm going out for this time, and so like Wednesday night, I was like, right, I'm going to go out. I'm aiming for 40 minutes on this 10K because I just want to see where I'm at. And I, came in, what was it, 42, and I was really happy. I had a great night. But you've got to process that yourself and not constantly set yourself up in terms of, it's great to challenge yourself. Don't get me wrong. And when you achieve that, it's brilliant. But equally, you've got to process that. And if you're every single run going out to beat the last run, there comes a point when it won't happen, and it might not happen for a while. And actually, that's the point at which you question it. And there's people in the group. I've been chatting to someone after a marathon last weekend who's questioning choices about doing a marathon again. It's kind of like, take time, process it, don't make any rash decisions. But I think it's that part of it that you lose almost look for the joy in it. What is your joy? And if it is the social element of it, don't get bogged down in the time all the time,
It's okay. Right, to wrap this up, because I want to move. I want to get lightning round done quickly. In terms of, running obviously provides happiness and all the other benefits. But if you could describe it with Global Running Day to somebody, let's say somebody landed on this planet from, what's a made up place? I can't think of one. Tobe, do you know of a made up place in space that's been on a
Planet 40? The
Planet
kids all
40?
know it.
No, because they would know, because they'd be worse. Anyway, imagine they came from Mars. I was trying to be clever. If you could explain to them the joy of running in one word, what would that word be, Sue?
Life-changing.
Oh, I'll let you have that, even though it was 2. Ben?
Sociable.
So?
I can't think.
Absolutely.
I'm tired.
I don't even know why you're here tonight.
I've been wondering that. I got to press some buttons earlier.
Absolute waste of time. I'm going to say help. Because it helps. Helps everything. Positively. Tobe, you've got 3 seconds to jump in with it.
Fun.
There we go. Oh, God. Painful, wasn't it? Like, it's like,
Like drawing
Wonder
teeth.
what it's like for me.
oh, Jesus.
It's the
He's
pressure.
so hard work. He's hard work, isn't he? Anyway, Alderon. Thanks, Alf. That's what I was going to say. Alderon. Imagine if you used some from Alderon. Okay, right. So, you ready for the lightning round?
I think so.
Good. The best thing is I played the email intro because I'm a hero. Right, okay. So you got to answer these questions very quickly. It's lightning round. And if you don't answer them quickly, you get shot by a bolt of lightning. Toby's got this tool that comes out of your microphone. Biking or cycling? Biking or swimming?
Biking.
Oh, okay. Half or 10K?
Half.
Brooks or Saucony?
Brooks.
Oh, really? Okay. Favorite pre-race food?
I've started having rice pudding.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Post-race meal, favorite one?
Oh gosh, probably chips.
Oh, nice. Run with Toby or Ben?
I'm going to say Ben.
Oh, that's good. No one's ever picked Toby. Red or brown sauce?
Brown sauce all the way.
What brand of gel?
High five.
One track playlist. What's that song?
Absolutely Everybody by Vanessa Amorosi, Australian
Okay.
artist.
And the last one, dinner with me or Hayden?
Oh, I've got to go dinner with you.
Hey, go ahead, Hayden. Okay, right. Tobe's gone again. You've upset him. He did this last time. He didn't get picked. He actually left soon.
So happy.
Like,
Sorry.
nobody ever picks. If you are ever coming on this show, I'm just putting this out there, right? If you're listening to this podcast, if you ever come on, if you want to come on, just email in longrunshot@gmail.com and we'll get you on, right? But please, if we do that round, please say Toby. Maybe I'll do Ben next week. Can we do that round? And I'll take part and I'll say Toby to everything.
Yeah, okay. That I feel like he needs a little bit of love, right?
He needs a bit of love.
He might have fallen asleep.
I know he's actually broken this week. We made him come on. He's not answered anything, right? Now Sue's upset him.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, look. So we've got 8 odd minutes, right? What I wanted to just sort of finish the show off with is in terms of, because Sue, you've done your run leaders course, yeah, and you did that sort of journey. In terms of like starting a run group yourself, because basically what you did, I know it was within the 40 runs and all that sort of stuff. What would you say is the biggest takeaways from that? That you know, that sort of, if somebody was starting their own like run group, not even if within 40 runs, what sort of advice would you give them? Like 3 or 4 points. Oh, he's back, by the way. Do you want to apologise before you do that? So
Sorry, Toby.
I thought Sue was to say the main thing is make sure Ben's there to run with if you start a group.
I turn up everywhere.
Answer the question for her.
yeah. No, but so serious point, yeah. If someone's listening to this on the pod or they're live now, you know, maybe they're thinking about starting up a satellite group or starting a run group. What advice would you give them?
Go for it, for one. Because I chose to set up a satellite group because I was in London on my own anyway, and I thought, why not run with friends? You know, and I think listen to when you do set up a group, or if you do set up a group, just get a feel for what those guys in your group want, what they get out of it. Because the London group, they love just, you know, doing a nice social run. When I when I say we're going to go to St. James's Park, they know they're going to have a little interval session. But just you know, just see what they want to do is probably one thing I would say. And don't worry about it. Just go with the flow, because, you know, it's not difficult. It's fun, you know, and the friendships you make, because our London crew, you probably week in, week out, we get this, you know, the whole team come along and we get a nice number of people. And if you're having a bad day, or you've had a bad day at work, or, you know, you're just feeling down, you come along, you doubt yourself whether or not you're going to go or not. But when you come along, you come away feeling so good. And when you're that satellite leader or that run leader, when you hear the stories of someone saying, oh, I had a bad day and I wasn't going to come, and then they come along and then they go, oh, I enjoyed that so much. It gives you all the feels, you know. So it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding. And yes, it's a commitment, but actually it's a commitment worth doing. So, and don't worry if your numbers start off slow. I sort of likened it to, you know, you start off with, you know, you start off with a bang. Your numbers might go down a little bit, but it doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3 people come along. Eventually your numbers will grow as well. And you say it all the time, you're changing people's lives. You know, we've got a girl in our group who went to another running group, got told she was too slow. And now she's in our group. She found us, and she's such an inspiration to everybody in our satellite, and across 4Ds, I'm sure, because people have sort of heard about her story. But it's an amazing thing to do, and you'll get all the feels.
You've just reminded me that light bulb moments, because Dave Turner, who runs our Sheffield group, messaged me. I don't know whether you know this, Sue, or not, right? But boys probably do. I put a post out or a story out a few weeks ago on Instagram because a lady messaged me about our the fact that she lived in Sheffield, because she came along to our Sheffield group, because she's been to two places, and long story short, she's basically been humiliated by them and told that she was too slow. And she wasn't slow. She was like 2 something or other half marathon, but I can't remember what it was. But she was not slow, right? Absolutely humiliated by these two. She came along to our Sheffield satellite group this week. Absolutely loved it. How good's that? You know what I mean? And that you talk about changing people's lives. I mean, that's what it's all about. I thought that was amazing that she actually, she came along after I was being knocked back effectively by those rude, ignorant people at those other running clubs, who I do probably should name, really. Ben, should I?
No, don't get in trouble.
But it's an amazing thing, isn't it? That these things happen. You spoke about that lady there. I think and as you say, that's the thing. Go back to that joy of running. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the physical element of running, like being with his social and all that kind of stuff. It can, like I said, it can help in many different ways, right? It's very powerful. So that's that. Right, okay, so Sue, what are you up to this weekend? Are you getting back in the saddle on the biking thing, or are you swimming
No, I'm starting certainly not swimming the channel. Actually, I've got a bit of a down week this week. I'm sort of getting back because after London, I had the same as you. I had a bit of calf trouble. So that seems to.
I tore my calf.
I didn't quite tear my calf.
I didn't have a bit of trouble. I bloody tore the thing, and it's really pissed me off. You don't need to go 2-footed on me. Carry on.
So and then I fell off my bike as well. So
I did the same.
Bruised my ribs. So I'm sort of getting back into it. So sort of starting off with a nice, gentle 12K, and then ready to smash the Southend half next weekend.
Which we'll be talking about next week. We will be talking about the next week. We'll be discussing the Pink Picnic that is coming up. If you are doing the Southend half marathon, or you want to come down to Southend next Sunday, we have a free picnic that everybody's welcome to come and join. You don't have to be part of the club. You don't have to wear a shirt. You don't have to run a certain pace. You don't even have to be running. We don't really give a shit. You just come
Best
along.
not to be fair.
Yeah,
Would it be hot?
Just come along. If you're in that area or not, and you want to travel, just come along and hang out. Bring the family. But yeah, so Ben, where are you tomorrow?
I think I'm going to do Stevenage Park Run.
There's some free drinks there, apparently.
Happy to what? Tenzing?
No, some other took.
Oh, okay. It's like I thought.
Although if whoever that brand is wants to sponsor the podcast, feel free to. Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
I sent you a picture of the fridge. And then someone has finally decided to come back from China after completing the Great Wall.
Oh, did someone do the Great Wall? I've not seen anything about it.
No, I mean, she's been very quiet on Facebook and zero pictures. So going to see her on Sunday, aren't we, Sue?
I genuinely thought she got arrested at Gatwick Airport with a suitcase full of toot. That's why we hadn't really seen her.
She might be. Oh, please. That's why I'm going to rescue her. There
you're going. So, okay, so you're going off to see Marissa. Speak out. Are you planning on doing any running this weekend, or are you mooching about?
Might do some running. I might do some cycling.
Oh my God! So, have you done enough?
No, it's only just started. I've got another ride in a few weeks.
Which one?
Why?
Down in Surrey.
What? Oh, what, around Hayden's estate?
Yeah, not all of it though.
Not all of it.
I haven't got that long.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Okay, right, people. That's it. Thanks for sticking around. Again, apologies for any technical issues we had earlier. You've got to remember, we do record this live. So if anybody goes in the comment section on this video and has a go at us about the technology, I will come back 2-footed. I'm pre-warning you now. We record this live, yeah? We ain't a professional outfit. We ain't a media company. We're not sitting in some studio that somebody's paid for because we've got VC money. We ain't doing it, all right? We're just normal people like you doing a live show on YouTube. So if anybody's naughty in the comments, you will get told off. You've all been warned. Thank you very much, Sue, for taking time out of your Friday evening to join us. We really appreciate it. And personally, I want to thank you for everything you do for the club. You're an absolute, genuine inspiration. So thank you very much for coming on. Ben, I shall see you at some point. Speako, I'm not really sure what you've done today. Sue's already left because Tobe's upset her. And that's it, Tobe. Take us out.
Which one is it?
That one.